Well, thanks, Tori, for calling in. Uh, last time I think we did this, we had one other person, so that was so that it's nice to at least have someone on the phone, so I'm not talking to myself. I'm gonna try to do these more often. We did a joint one last week. Rachel and I did one last week together where we answered whatever questions we had, and we got so excited that we forgot to record it. So that's why there was no post last week, but we're gonna do that again. We'll try to do one of those Q&A sessions like once a month, so folks can ask whatever questions they want of us. I want to start these calls with congratulations or announcements. So first, Tori, you hit Emerald, so congratulations on that. And I'm not sure that you were even aware that you hit Emerald.
I did. Thanks.
And so that's really exciting. And basically, for everybody else, what that means is that on each leg of your business, you're in the middle. It's like a little triangle. On each leg of your business, you have one active coach. So that's really exciting. Thursdays are usually our announcement days, and I totally missed that last week. So I wanted to say congrats. And that just means that it's the next step in advancing your business. And that's awesome. And I'm super proud of you and super excited for you because I know you were hesitant about doing all of this in the beginning. So it's really exciting to see helping people. And so that's the first thing. So congratulations on that. And the second congratulations is to Allison, who's not on the call, who got engaged. So that's really exciting. It's not a Beachbody related thing, but it's still super exciting. So congrats to you, Allison. And then just a couple of other announcements. So I have a team call with my upline, who is Ashley. So she's in charge of the Follow Your Bliss page where you see all the posts. And Ashley was just coming back from the annual Beachbody vacation, and it was a cruise to Jamaica. Some people didn't go because they were afraid of the Zika virus. But it really highlighted the importance of knowing that when you work really hard, the company does reward you. So the trip next year is to Punta Cana in an all-inclusive resort. You can sign up as a coach and get on the wait list. The trip itself is sold out, but there are a bunch of people on yesterday's call that were like 1,200, 1,300 and higher on the wait list and still were able to go. And the best part is that as you earn Success Club points for signing other people or having people buy things from you, you get money toward paying off that trip, which is awesome. So Tori, I would tell you that if that interests you, it's next April. Go on the site and look and add yourself to the wait list, because all you need to do is hit Success Club every month, and that should be a non-negotiable. It's helping 3 people in a month, which is, you have between 30 and 31 days to help 3 people, which is really nothing when you think about it. And it's basically a free trip, 5 days, all inclusive, to a resort, which is amazing. And I'm going next year, so I've already earned my way to go, which is awesome. The only thing I think you have to pay for is the airfare, but that's no big deal. But they just came back from the cruise, and there were a lot of things that they announced on that cruise. One of those things was the Beachbody On Demand app that you can download from the Apple store. It's not available on Android phones yet, but basically, as long as you have Beachbody On Demand, you can access all of your workouts from the site and not necessarily have to be on Wi-Fi. The add-on to that is that they're going to allow you through the system, if you have Beachbody On Demand, it's going to allow you to download a total of 7 workouts so that it will be available through the app, and you don't have to be online or have an internet connection, Wi-Fi, anything to access those things. So you can literally work out from anywhere that you want, which is awesome. So a lot of times what some of us are doing is that if you encounter somebody who doesn't necessarily know what kind of program they want to do fitness-wise, the best deal is to offer them the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, because they get 90 days of unlimited access to all these different workouts to test them out, and they get Shakeology. So that will allow them to sign up. And then if they sign up as a discount coach, then they'll be able to purchase whatever other programs that they find interesting for the 25% discount. So that's something to keep in mind. The next thing is a new program that's coming out from Autumn Calabrese, who does the 21-day fix. It's called Country Heat, which is kind of like a country music line dancing exercise sort of workout. And I know that some people were really skeptical about it because Beachbody put out Size last summer. I know some of the people on our team purchased Size as their workout. And I heard some concerns that it was very similar, but the feedback that I got, particularly from the folks on my team call last night, was that Country Heat was nothing like Size, and they're actually seeing better results from the test group in Country Heat than the folks that actually did the first run of 21-day fix. And it's no equipment, no nothing. So that is going to be launching officially at Summit, which is the annual meeting of all the Beachbody coaches and trainers, and that's where they do all their special events. And I want to say that's in April. It's held in Nashville every year. And then the only other thing is that Beachbody is actually doing a reality show with all these coaches living in a house together. It's kind of like the real world, which is pretty funny. And that's going to be available on Beachbody On Demand as well. And the only other thing, particularly for those of you who may be running challenge groups, there's a Beachbody Challenge app. And Tori, I know that you had a group going. So something to just keep in mind, that there is a challenge app. It's called My Challenge, that you can download, and actually don't have to use Facebook to run your challenge groups anymore. And you can schedule posts in advance. So something to take a look at in case you are interested in looking at that as an alternate to using Facebook for posts. Any questions about any of that stuff? Okay.
Have you used that app yet?
So I haven't. I was planning on doing like a test challenge group with it to see how it goes. And I've heard mixed feedback. So from the coach's perspective, it's super easy because you can schedule all of your posts in advance. So people are going crazy for it because they can, schedule some of those things a little bit out, and they don't have to do it that day. And it's good in the respect that when your participants download it, it will provide them with encouragement real time. It's not like Facebook, where if you're not on Facebook during the day, you may not see those comments, or if people are like things. And it will give you the push notification to say, hey, go get your workout in, or have you had your Shakeology today? You haven't checked it in. It may help keep people accountable. So I was planning on trying to do a test run of it maybe next month, once this most recent challenge group is done. So, that feedback is one piece of it. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I've heard that some folks just get frustrated because there isn't the ability to layer, so that you can't, if you're going to use the app, then it's the app. If you want to use Facebook, it's Facebook, and the two don't intermingle. So that's one of the challenges. But I mean, it's relatively new, so I can't imagine that it's not going to evolve in some way.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Anything else? Okay, so let's see. What did I want to talk about? I think just for me, it's important to pay attention to the things that are going on and make yourself aware of some of those things. I know a lot of people on our team are discount coaches, and just for the discount for Shakeology, and that's okay. But I think that you sort of look at this as the opportunity to. There's something about Beachbody, whether it was a program or whether it was shakes or something that sort of drew you in, and I would love to encourage more participation on the page. I can't do everything myself. And the team and our team page isn't necessarily about me answering all the questions. And so we've got, 19 or 20 or so folks that are on that page right now. And I feel like I'm the only one posting. So it's just important to, sort of get involved, just like you would in your challenge groups. Just get involved, and if you have concerns or questions about things, ask. And if you are a discount coach and you want information about trying to do more coaching, more of what I do, you need help, any of those things, just that is certainly the place to start. And I guess making recommendations for personal development, which is one of the big things that we talk about in Beachbody. So it's, being proof that the product works. So taking your shake every day, posting about it, and sharing that with people. And personal development is one of those other big things. And I've tried to read a bunch of different books, and I'm now just starting this, which is Girl Boss. I haven't started it yet. I bought it and I haven't started it yet. But there are a whole list of books that people read that I would definitely recommend, that if you want to not just improve a business, but improve you, it's a huge piece. So if you have questions or want to know, simple things that you could be doing or signing up for, it's 10 minutes a day. Give 10 minutes a day to personal development. And I'm sure that you're going to see a benefit from it. So there's that. I can certainly post a list of recommended books if you want to download them or buy them, but make the investment, because it doesn't just make you a better coach or, help you on whatever goal it is. It should help make you a better person. All right. So I will open it up if you have questions or there's anything specific that you want to talk about. And Tori, since you're the only person here, it's all you.
So the personal development stuff you were talking about, do you know, is there a list of podcasts maybe? Because I tend to listen to those on the way home.
There are. I think a lot of the coaches have them. So you can actually, do you have an iPhone?
No.
So there are, I think the really cool thing is here's the easiest thing that you can do for personal development, particularly on Mondays. So every Monday, Beachbody has a national wake-up call, and I don't know if anybody is calling into that, but if you aren't and you want to listen to it afterwards, you can subscribe to the Team Beachbody podcast. And what they do is replays of that week's national wake-up call. The beginning of it is a bit of fluff where they talk about coaches who have had rank advancements and things like that. But there are other things that are really critical, not just to your business, but people telling their stories of, how they got involved with Beachbody and why they do the things that they do. So some folks talk about, leveraging the power of Instagram and how they've grown their business. Some people talk about how they've, become these, multi-million-dollar coaches and drag themselves out of depression and anxiety and some of the things that I think on my page I talk a bit about. So I would say that if that is one of the things that you're, if that's what you're interested in doing, I listen to national wake-up calls, the older ones on my podcast app. So that's one for sure, Tori.
Okay.
And they update that all the time. I can give you a list of some other ones. Sean T actually does a podcast a lot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He does a podcast. I'm trying to look at my list of, So I have like the app on my phone. It's like I'm trying to show it on the screen, but you can't really see it. I have a list of all these podcasts, so that when I'm in the car, sometimes I download them and listen to them. Another thing that so Shanti has one. It's called Define Your Life with Shanti. And I can certainly post a list of some other ones. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last call, but I actually subscribe to something called Darren Daily. And I know you watched it, and I'm trying to find exactly what it is called. So it's Darren Hardy, and it's called Daily Mentoring with Darren Daily. And the awesome thing is that you get basically a mini podcast video sent to your email inbox every day. And he talks about all sorts of different things, getting out of your own way, sort of getting out of your head, pushing past your boundaries. Things aren't going to change unless you sort of do things. And if things in your life aren't going the way that you want them to go, the only person that is responsible for that is you. So I get these little mini webinar things sent to me every day, and I press play. And sometimes I listen to them when I'm in the bathroom, like getting ready for work. They're like 2-3 minutes. That's it. And that will count as a personal development. And I find this super helpful for me, particularly when I don't have time to sit down and start reading a book. I've also downloaded Audible, so that when people talk about books that I like, I go in and like make a note of it and then go back and download it. So I think I might have mentioned this on the last call too, that I downloaded the audio version of a book called Eat That Frog. And it's just around this concept of doing what we're procrastinators by nature, right? So you put off the thing that you don't want to do, and the longer that you put it off, the harder it gets to do it. And if you look at it from the perspective of everything that you have to do on a daily basis is a pond full of frogs, the thing that you don't want to do, that you procrastinate about doing, is usually the one thing out of the majority that's going to give you the most benefit. So if you get up and eat the ugliest, biggest, fattest, grossest frog to start with, you've already done the one thing that's going to actually give you the most return on your investment for your effort. So, that you can look at that in a variety of ways, whether that applies to work, whether that applies to coaching, whether that applies to like not wanting to work out and you just put it off all day. And the longer you put it off, the worse it gets. And it's like 9 o'clock and you're like, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. And then it never happens. So that's another good one. I think a lot of the girls have, if you haven't read You're a Badass by Jen Sincero, that's awesome. And those are all things that you can download the audio versions of and listen to them just like the way you would in a podcast. I believe Jen Sincero also has a podcast. So if she does, check that out too.
What's her name again?
Jen Sincero, Sincero.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. And then did you have other questions?
It was just kind of a basic one. I just struggle with talking to people about it. And it's just kind of, I start the conversation with, Facebook or whatever, even friends, and, just kind of bring up what I've been doing. And I don't have a lot, I don't know where to take it after that, because they just kind of say, yeah, I'm just kind of been doing this. What are you up to? And I tell them, and then it just kind of falls. And I'm like, I'm struggling with like the next step.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that that's hard, right? I understand that struggle, because it's something that you just have to sort of figure out what works for you. I know that there are scripts, and I can, give you advice. I think that at the end of the day, this is sort of about relationship building. But I saw your note about, that I know that there are scripts, but that just doesn't seem to be like anything that I'm into. So I have like some prepared. So I talk to people and I wait for them to if they ask me like what I've been up to, I actually lead with not that I lead with the coaching thing. You know, I talk about, how are you? I live in Baltimore, blah, 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 blah. Because I am from New York. So most of my people don't, if I'm talking to people that I went to high school with, they don't live around here. When somebody asks me what I do, I use that sort of as an opening that, I feel really fortunate that part of my job allows me to help people achieve their health and fitness goals. And I bring up something simple like that. When I talk to folks, so I have a fitness page, and not everybody does, but like when you post something on Facebook that says like, I'm so excited to start 22-minute hardcore, and all these people on your page liked your page or liked your post, I go through who's liked my post and I send them emails that say stuff like, hey girl, I just want to say thank you so much for all the likes and support you are giving me on Facebook. Just wanted to let you know that it doesn't go unnoticed. You're so sweet.
Okay.
So it's not just about having a conversation with somebody and then just being like, buy something from me, because this isn't supposed to be selling. I mean, I have someone that, I was just like casually talking to them about it, not really like pitching anything to them. And then they told me, no, they're not interested. They don't like, recurring charges, this, that, and the other thing. And then suddenly came and said, I'm interested. I want to do it. And it really was with no prompting. So I think at the end of the day, it's really about relationship building and talking to people. And even though, like, we say this a lot, like it's planting seeds. So even if you start a conversation with somebody and you ask them, basic things. So like we talk about Hey Girls. And if you guys don't know, like the process of, what to do every day for recruiting, we can certainly do that on our next call, Tori, if you think that would be helpful for you. And we can do another power hour, because I know you did those. You did that one with me, with Ashley, right?
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, but but that's the idea, is to do that every day. And you don't have to sit down for an hour and do it. You could do, in the morning you send out, whatever, 3 friend requests. In the afternoon, maybe when you're on your phone or on a lunch break, you send out 3 messages to people that you don't already, that you're not already friends with. And I have like little things that I save in my phone that say stuff like, I have a whole bunch of various like Hey Girl messages that are sitting in my notes section of my phone. Stuff like, hey girl, I just want to stop by and say thanks for supporting me on my journey. I've noticed you've been liking a lot of my posts and it really means a lot to me. Are you on a journey of your own? That's it.
Okay.
I put in stuff like, let's see. Some of the, like, once you've sort of building relationships, asking people about what they do. When I send out emails to people that I don't know, I'll usually say something like, hey girl, how are you? And I'll go on their page and like sort of scan their page and see what they got going on. Like, whether they've got a picture of them and their kids, whether they ran a marathon, whether they did whatever, and say, oh my God, how's your year going so far? Any plans for spring break? I love the top you're wearing in your profile picture. By the way, your kids are really adorable. How old are they? Like, end it with a question so that they feel like they have to write back. And then that starts a conversation. That's like people that you don't know. And you don't necessarily have to friend request people that you know, but what you want to make sure is that when you send out your, 3 friend requests a day, I always say do more than that. But if you send out 3 friend requests a day, I look at their mutual friends and make sure that it's not a mutual coach. a coach that's on our team.
Okay.
Just because I don't, whatever. And then if you already have a relationship with somebody, a good way to invite them, which is another one of the things that we did in the Power Hour, you invite 3 people a day. Here's like a, whatever, something I say. Hey, so-and-so, how are you? Hope you had an amazing weekend, or if it's a holiday, how your holiday going? I was thinking about you and wanted to reach out and thank you for your continued support on my journey, so on and so forth. I'm sure that you can tell by all my posts that I've really found a passion in coaching, which has really allowed me to help others reach their health and fitness goals. I'd love to invite you to join my next accountability group. I'm going to be offering some support for people who want to live a healthier lifestyle, and it's perfect for somebody who's busy. If it's like a mom, perfect for a busy mom like you. I would love to be the one to help you reach your goals, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like for you. Is this something you'd like to be a part of? I can't wait to hear back from you. Because even if people don't respond right away, you're still sort of that's still planting the seed.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah. I guess I just need to kind of write a couple things down like that, because I'm not the best at just on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not typically that great at it either, which is why like I just have to figure out sort of what works for me. And I actually have a bunch of these things prepared in like the note section on my phone, so that if somebody asks me for ordering instructions, if someone asks me for information about like 22-minute hardcore, I have like something written up and posted in, so all I need to do is cut and paste it just to save myself time.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And then in case anybody ever gives you price objections, and I can share some of this stuff too. If somebody has like price objections that say like, oh, that's too expensive, or, whatever, I have like, a big long spiel, not a big long spiel, but basically that it seems expensive up front, but it really breaks down to about $4 a customer and $3 a shake as a coach. And if you think about it, you can't go to, Starbucks, McDonald's, Wendy's, wherever you would go for a quick meal. You could never get a meal at that price. I know I go to Starbucks and spend $5 on coffee. So that was sort of my rationalization. When somebody first approached me about Shakeology, and this is no joke, they told me how much it was, and I said, you are smoking crack. I am not spending that much money on a protein shake. No. And then the second time, the same person approached me and I tried it. I got a flavor that I wasn't thrilled about. And then I did it for like a month and I was like, forget it. And then the third time I did it with a different coach, I said, I'm going to give myself 30 days. And if I don't like it, then I can cancel it. And here's the deal. All of this stuff is a money back guarantee. You can cancel whenever. You can change your flavor whenever. Whatever. Like, it's not like you're being, pigeonholed into doing anything that you don't want to do. So I think that's always a really good thing to make sure you're talking to people about, and letting them know that, there is no obligation for them to do anything other than use the product and see if it works for them. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I guess the only thing that I would say is that I'm just encouraging everyone to participate in these calls. I know that it is time consuming. I know you're busy. Believe me, I'm busy. And I was on my team call until 10 o'clock last night because everyone on my team's downline is in Oregon.
Yeah, I have to tell you, thank you for having them earlier than 9 o'clock. I know that they're out on the West Coast, but those are tough.
It's really tough, and I try to get onto them. I've been trying to be better about getting onto them just because it's really helpful for me to ask questions. And when Rachel and I do a co-call, we're trying to find a happy medium time because she's in a Pacific time. So her call is at 6 o'clock our time, and then our call is at 9. So we're trying to find a happy medium that would only be once a month. And I think it's super helpful to not just be around to ask me questions, but to ask her questions too. And we can talk a bit about, success partnering. We had a bunch of questions last time about that. But coming prepared and sending us questions or sending me questions about things that you want to talk about is helpful. So I know how to best prepare these meetings. The first few, I just wanted to sort of see what questions people had and go from there. I'm not going to keep the meeting open for an entire hour, boring you to death with everything that we got going on. I would say that we have the 22-minute hardcore program going on right now, and I really like it. I think it's really difficult, and by the time I'm like I'm going to die, when's it going to be over? It's over. I don't know, Tori. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I have the same feeling. I'm really happy when it's over. But the moves are good. I mean, I like the setup. I like the cadence. I like the counting. I don't know. I think it's a good setup.
And it goes by really fast, and you're like, I'm not going to get a good workout in 22 minutes. And then you're like, I'm dying. When is this going to be over? So
yeah, I needed a pause this morning when I was doing it at 6.
I paused it. I haven't done my workout yet, but I paused it yesterday morning because things were going so fast. I was like, I just need a minute. I just need a minute.
Yeah, I needed to catch my breath.
Because I have a hard time doing some of the things really, really fast because I'm really focused on making sure that I do them right. And the counting is really fast.
I have exactly the same problem.
So if you haven't ordered, if you haven't ordered it as coaches, you'll get a discount on it. And so I know Anna is in our group with us. She's not on the call because she and her husband are getting tattoos right now for their anniversary. But it comes with. Did you get the one with the sandbag?
I did not because I thought it would be too much for my neck. I have a bad neck, so
yeah.
I just use hand weights.
Yeah, so I got the one that came with, so I got like whatever the deluxe version was. It cost me $60, but it came with extra workouts, and it came with a sandbag, another shaker cup, and another set of 21-day fix containers, which was pretty awesome. So it's still on special through the end of the month if you want to buy it or buy it for somebody that likes to work out. And that, again, brings me back to Success Club. It's super important to hit Success Club every month. You get prizes and awards. Yesterday I got a notification that so I hit Success Club last month, and the prize for hitting Success Club this month is one of those Beachbody sampler packs of all the pieces of the performance line. So I already drink Energize, which if you haven't tried it, definitely check it out. That's the pre-workout. But it's one sample of each of those things, and that's normally like $20, and then they send that to you for free. And I know some of you signed up to participate in the Team Cup that ended last month. And just to tell you, like, they send every month when you either participate in one of those cup challenges or you get Success Club, you earn stuff. So last month, on top of earning the Success Club prize, I also got I earned $180 off that Punta Cana trip, which is pretty awesome. And then for being on the Team Cup and for my team earning a certain number of points, I got this pretty sweet 22-minute hardcore workout tank. And I also got this little tumbler, this like hot, cold Shakeology tumbler. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. So you get free stuff and recognition and prizes for helping people, which is pretty awesome. So, if you have questions about Success Club, you have questions about anything, always let me know. And I guess that's it. For this week. And next week I'll put out a feeler on Tuesday, but just give a thought to please making yourself available. And then somebody calling in by video. So it's not just me like looking all around my office and like feeling like a dope looking in the camera on my computer. And, you know, just shoot any questions or feedback on my way. And thanks for being awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who shows up every day and does their workouts and, you know, has had faith in me to help you in your journey. So thanks.
Thanks, Tracy.
No problem, Tori. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.